It's hard to admit, but the vast majority of people over 40 are not even close to being prepared to retire, and many are just flat broke if we're all being honest here. This leads to a perpetual state of destructive behaviors where you think you are making yourself feel better, but you're actually making it worse. Everything from eating out, to going to the bar, to shopping, and buying things online provide a temporary hit of dopamine that feels great in the moment, but leaves you feeling terrible after it's all said and done and the reality of your choices actually hit. So what do most people do? Unfortunately, they seek out the same dopamine hit again and again, which just spirals and makes the situation worse each time, which leads to everything from falling for every get-rich-quick scheme out there to just being resigned to living in the rat race until you die, or even darker and worse places. But you can break free from all of this and put yourself on the right path once again. Now, yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, it will be painful at times, but the payoff is well worth it. So here are the 4 steps you must do right now to break that cycle and get on the path. The first step you need to take is to acknowledge that you're broke, or at least acknowledge that you're behind. All right, so you may not be completely broke, but if you only have a small 401k and a small cash pile for emergencies and 20% equity in your home or so, you unfortunately are way behind. The average 40-year-old has a net worth over $900,000, with the median net worth being up over $200,000. And the magic number being pushed right now to retire is just over $3 million, so it appears as though everyone is behind according to that statistic. And if you're not even at the averages, you unfortunately are way behind, my friend. But most people actually fool themselves into thinking they are just fine, when in fact the exact opposite is true. You cannot start to fix the problem if you don't first acknowledge that you have one, so admit that you were at least behind so we can jump to step number 2. And step number 2 is to do an immediate financial audit. You must sit down and figure out how much money comes in and where every single dollar goes when it goes out of your bank account. People are often shocked that their subscriptions, since they cut the cord to reduce their cable bill, actually nowadays comes out to be more than the cable bill would be if they went back to cable. Eating out is another big one, along with Amazon purchases, and not being disciplined at the grocery store that honestly a lot of times shocks people with how undisciplined they are whenever they actually get there. Some people actually find $1,000 or more in leaks to their budget that seem small when you kind of look at them all individually. I mean, basically $20 here, $5 there, but they're all massive whenever you kind of add them all together. Account for every single dollar, not just the charge like, $100 at the grocery store, not that total charge of $100, but everything that was bought with that $100, which dovetails perfectly into step number 3, which is to start cutting things out immediately. Did you need to buy actual Advil, or would the store brand work just as good and be actually cheaper? Do you need 8 different subscriptions, or could you get by with 4 or actually less than that? Could you bring your lunch every day to work, or at least bring it more than you do currently right now? And try abstaining from alcohol for 30 days and see what that does to your budget. Less money spent at the bar and at the grocery store, and your waistline will probably thank you too for it. Making your grocery list before going to the store and then sticking to it once you're there is one that people find saves them a shocking amount of money. Sure, some of these may only save you $1 here or $5 there, and some will actually save you $100 or more. But when you account for every single dollar and then start cutting, you will be amazed at how much it all adds up. Just a couple $100 not going out and being able to be saved can make a major difference over the next decade or 2 decades to retirement if you take that money, which is to start investing that money you saved. Start off by maximizing your retirement accounts like your IRAs or 401ks and taking advantage of employee matches. That money is completely free. So that extra $200 that you were able to save using our prior step, that didn't really seem like a lot, but now add in your employer matching it and it immediately turns into $400. And that's honestly not bad at all. And it may actually motivate you to make even more cuts, so you can put, an extra $500, for example, back, which with the employer match could turn into $800 or even $1,000 before the investment ever actually returns you anything. So you'll get returns on top of that. Once you have this conquered and the money is now flowing in the right direction, it's time to accelerate the process and start to kind of build out more streams of income to supercharge these principles that we just talked about. And this video right here shows you how to add 5 more streams of income even if you're over 40 years old. I agree, our system is broken, and this channel is about showing you the real truth behind finance, retirement, and entrepreneurship. So make sure you're subscribed whether you're 25 or 65. This is going to help you out immensely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.